And now, the atheist sledgehammer, Dusty Smith.
So fuck Israel, I know that much. I don't know if you guys have researched it or not, but Israel's a bunch of bullshit. Like right off the bat, I remember when I was a kid, they used to brainwash the shit out of us at church and tell us, man, there's this place called Israel, and it's the Holy Land. It's God's favorite place on earth, and there's these people there called the Jews. And the Jews are God's chosen people. And it's our duty as Christians to make sure that we defend Israel no matter what, because they're God's chosen people. And when I was a kid, man, I was stupid. I didn't know any fucking better. I was like, all right, that makes sense. God has a favorite people. That's completely fine. I didn't realize then what I realize now, and that's that it's a bunch of horse shit. You know who else thought that God had a chosen people? Hitler. Get the fuck out of my face with that bullshit that the Jews are God's chosen people. It's so fucking ridiculous. But there are lots of people in church still being taught this today. Lots of children that are being brainwashed with this bullshit. And in fact, if you think about it, this is the greatest con job in the history of mankind. I mean, the Jews wrote a book that said they were God's chosen people, and they convinced 2 billion motherfuckers on earth that this was true. And if you want to learn how good of a con job this actually has been, let's look at the facts. Israel makes up a measly 0.001% of the population of the earth, yet they get a full 1/3, that's 33% of all US aid goes to Israel. That's fucking insane, man. What the fuck? Between 1948 and 1997, including interest, we've given them over $135 billion. That's $20,000 for every single man, woman, and child in all of Israel. In 1997 alone, we gave them $10 billion. In one fucking year! $10 billion! And every single year, Israel is guaranteed at least $2 billion in loans from us, the United States. But here's how the scam works. They're guaranteed the loans, and then Congress turns around and forgives the loans. They don't have to pay them back. Congress has done this to every single loan we have ever given Israel. They have forgiven every fucking loan. They've never had to pay any of this shit back, ever. But it gets even more fucked up than that. Every other country on this planet that we give aid to, we give them quarterly installments. We pay them every quarter, but not Israel. Israel is our Lord and Master. We pay them one lump huge sum at the beginning of the year, every year. Which means we, the U.S. taxpayers, have to borrow against future earnings to pay Israel at the beginning of the year. But the insanity doesn't even stop there. They take some of this money that we give them and they buy treasury notes with it, and the U.S. taxpayers are charged interest on the money that we borrowed and lent them to fucking begin with. WT fuck, people! What the hell is going on here? And they even have it set up where the United States can donate to Israel, unlike every other country on earth, as a tax-deductible write-off. And they do this in droves up to $1.5 billion a year. That's more money taken out of the tax revenues of American citizens. They basically made the government of Israel a tax-deductible charity. Does this fucking make sense to anybody else? And here's the real icing on this motherfucking cake. Israel has some of the best socialized medicine in the entire world, man. They have cradle-to-grave coverage. Every man, woman, and child is covered from the moment they're born to the moment they die. That's shit that our tax dollars are paying for. We're paying for their socialized medicine. So when you hear these goddamn politicians talk about how they don't want to fund socialized medicine, that's horse shit. They don't have any problem funding it. They just don't want to fund it for you. And don't even get me started about UNESCO, man. Did you guys hear about UNESCO? UNESCO is the United Nations Educational and Scientific Cultural Organization. This motherfucker does good all around the world, spreading science and education all over the fucking globe. Almost everybody universally agrees that this is a very good organization that does a lot of good for not only the entire world, but America's image too. Well, guess fucking what? We have defunded and pulled out of UNESCO. Why? Because they recognize Palestine as a state, so Israel got all butthurt, and they're like, come on, United States, let's get out of here, man. That's exactly what we fucking did. We followed them like the little fucking puppy dogs we are. You know, I'm amazed that so many Americans have a problem with gay marriage. Because America is in a gay marriage. We're in a gay marriage to Israel, man, and you know what? We're not the man of this relationship. We're not the fucking man at all. We're the bottom bitch. We're the lowest bottom bitch you can fucking possibly get when it comes to Israel. We're the kind of bottom bitch that just lies in urine-soaked men's truck stops just 24/7 on our knees with our well-used puckered ass in the air just begging for more Israeli dick. That's the United States. I don't know about anybody else, man, but I'm tired of Israel fucking us in the ass. Let's put a stop to this, man. I'm tired of our government picking one side of these primitive screwheads over the other. They're all the fucking same. The old ancient myths that Jews follow are just as dumb as the old ancient myths that the Palestinians follow. They're just different branches of the same sickening nonsense. Just because our government has decided that it likes the taste of old Coke better than the taste of new Coke doesn't mean that it's not all just syrupy piss water. Both the Republicans and the Democrats publicly fight each other in a fellatio contest to see who can suck Israel's dick the best. It's disgusting. And frankly, a lot of us are getting really fucking sick of it. Hey, look, Jewish people. I'm sorry that Hitler put some of your relatives in ovens, but I had nothing to fucking do with that. I wasn't even born then. And guess what? Most of you weren't either. None of us had any fucking thing to do with it. So I'm sorry if this seems insensitive, but I really don't want to be paying for your health care for the rest of your life because of it. I'm trying to pay for my own fucking health care, but I can't because it's too fucking expensive here. So look, all I'm saying is maybe we could use that $135 billion here in America. You know, maybe we could use that money to provide health care for our own people, instead of using it to pay some Israeli rent boy to fuck us in the ass. I mean, after all, think about it. If they really are God's chosen people, then they really shouldn't need any money from us. Maybe they could borrow some money from their God and pay us back all the money that we've lent them over the years. And if their all-powerful, all-knowing God can't do that for them, then maybe we've backed the wrong Middle Eastern fuckheads. Seriously. Logic.
When it's time to judge my soul, when it's time to pay that toll,